Team Predators. Now, this is Team Predators' turn once again to see if they can supplant the Ryders. I mean, second best in this tournament has been hotly contested. But the Ryders' first place has never been really contested. Except by you, almost a bit, with that 4-5.
Yeah, indeed, that looks like to be the closest attack on the Ryders so far, and no small attribute to myself as a amazing. No, I'm just kidding. It was all intro.
This is obviously what's happened. Cake Watch they aren't as good without you. They need you, obvious.
I know they need me. Blame Kirk. It's his fault. He told me minutes before I had to do this. I was like, hey, Shane, you're covering for me for this. And I'm like, what? Oh, so you mean I need to find a pilot to sub for you for both Timmy B and the Blood and Brass, and then find a pilot to sub for myself and the Blood and Brass? Oh, you jerk.
God,
you are not playing the Minecraft server with us.
Oh dear. Well, I hope you lead a creeper to his base.
He hasn't. I'm banning him on the admin of it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Much more straightforward.
It's actually being hosted right here. So yeah.
Well, Ryders versus Team Predators. Team Predators, a very formidable team, largely ex Glowwater Thralls. Very good team in their time. Team Predators have as good a chance as any at defeating the Ryders. Let's see if they can get it done here. Looks like something of a mirror matchup in the lobby so far. The Business Bula, the Greasy Dream, it's the Fancy, and the Killing Feature. Squidmobula.
And it looks like both teams matching each other in both ship style here on Clash at Blacklift. So we're going to see some almost
wow, this is
here.
almost identical. These loadouts here, except the Business Bula has a couple more line launchers, and the Fancy has a couple of carronades. Very interesting.
So this looks like to be a match that comes down to skill instead of anything, any advantages of ship over ship. It's just going to be straight skill and teamwork.
I mean, the only difference is those carronades versus those mine launchers. And I mean, who do you think is going to have the upper hand there if those two ships go one-on-one, which they may very well do?
I mean, I'd be an idiot not to say Finks as the squid pilot there. He's this squid, I can't stand it anymore. I can't even muster words of my anger to match those two in combat. The Mobula there as well, Dementio, one of his favorite ships there, the Fancy. Amazing set of combat potential there on that ship as well.
Yes, indeed. I'm just going to make a little anime face at Princess Tutu there. There we go. I've done that. Got that out of the way. Now we can get back to the serious analysis.
The amazing serious commentary, 100% serious and 100% factually accurate here by Admiral Obvious and Brick Hardcastle.
Yes, I mean, basically Dota, League of Legends, they're kind of like the small-time leagues. We are in the big leagues of competitive play right here. MLG! That's
MLG, baby! We are registered.
We are MLG, technically.
We are registered. I've never once used that website again after registering, but we still use it.
Yes. I could technically say I won a world tournament in an MLG game.
You can, yeah, you definitely can.
Okay, in any event, the Fancy. First off, on the top deck, it's a Hades with a far left Artemis, far right Carronade, bottom deck Carronade and Artemis. And on the Killing Feature, big surprise, it's a front Gatling, side Carousel, and a rear Flare.
Alright, ship number 3 is the Business Bula, piloted by Princess Tutu. It is a Mobula packing Gatling mine on its port wing, mine launcher on its center, only skeleton is manning that Artemis on right, and there is another high right Artemis as well. Ship number 4 is the Greasy Dream, piloted by Mighty Keb. That is another kill squid with Gatling on front, Banshee on starboard, and Carronade on stern. So again, we do have two very matching teams here, two teams where we have some very high-level pilots and matching builds, which is going to present some very interesting combat here for us.
Yes, indeedly doodly squoodly. As those smokestacks blaze out toxic fumes, these two ships get ready to lay their poison into each other. This Nispula going low, as is the Greasy Dream. Killing Feature coming in high. Oh, Fancy is miles behind. What is the... Oh, I think Killing Feature was just going into scout. Now he's going to turn around. Get out of there, Killing Feature.
That
Killing
squid flooring those engines, however. Those engines are
he's trying to reverse it. He realised he'd exposed the engine column. One engine taken out of the Killing Feature. Killing Feature desperately trying to avoid those Artemi.
Business Beulah laying down that Gatling Law, and the Killing Feature armor break already went down. And armor break again, taking 50% of the Killing Feature's armor. Greasy Dream attempting to engage in the Fancy.
Killing Feature he just got completely caught off guard there. Two engines taken out on the Killing Feature. Killing Feature's got to be wondering how he can save himself here. He's completely pinned down by the Business Beulah.
So much Gatling fire ripping this Killing Feature's armor to shreds as Artemis fire taking down more and more of the health, taking it down to maybe 10-15% of the final health remaining. Killing
Feature's being really ambivalent here. He's just not sure where to go, and he just goes down.
The first death we've seen on the Ryders today as Greasy Dream solo engages the Fancy. Gatling and Banshee's ripping apart that hull right now. Armor break on the Fancy as Banshee takes out more and more of that health.
Oh, wow, the Ryders. Ryders are facing stiff competition here already. The Fancy gets a squid rammed with the armor taken down. Well-timed ram by the Greasy Dream. Fancy's in big trouble here. Gatling tearing into the hull of the Fancy. Greasy Dream sandwiching him from behind.
Fancy running right into the Business Beulah as Gatling fire rips that hull to shreds. And a ram sinking the Fancy 2-0 against the Ryders.
Great start here for the Team Predators, but I don't think the Ryders are going to make that same mistake again. Just of that squid just going way too far ahead to scout. I think maybe the Ryders just getting a little bit overconfident here. I mean, I can't really blame them, but they're going to have to, be more careful here.
Indeed, Business Beulah and Greasy Dream riding high after their small victory so far in the first skirmish. Greasy Dream and Business Beulah forming up, making a push into Red Team spawn.
Yes, indeedly doodly. If I can just stop sounding like Ned Flanders for 1 second. Hidely ho, neighborino. Killing Feature coming around here. Already spotted. Killing Feature looks like they might be going for... Killing Feature's getting really separated from Fancy again.
I know so far this squid definitely trying to push out for some scouting missions. However, Killing Feature going up against the Greasy Dream, which loses its armor right now. However, Killing Feature losing its own armor to the blue team Mobile. Greasy Dream going to try and flank on Fancy as Business Beulah is engaged with the Fancy.
Oh, Killing Feature exposing an engine column, getting two engines taken out. However, Business Beulah has not been returning to fire on the Fancy. However, the Greasy Dream has now recovered and is firing on the Fancy. Killing Feature stripped the armor of the Greasy Dream. Greasy Dream could be in trouble here.
Killing Feature losing a little bit of health in the previous engagement, though Greasy Dream taking heavy damage from the Killing Feature. Armor goes down against the Killing Feature.
Oh!
Armor taken out. Banshee's going in. Gatling fire continuing to rip these two squids' hulls apart as Killing Feature bottoms out a little bit.
Greasy Dream electing to go... Greasy Dream could have had a Goomba Stomp there, but Greasy Dream electing to disengage from the Killing Feature. I think he wants to assist the Business Beulah against the Fancy.
Which has taken heavy damage from these Artemis and Gatling fire. Business Beulah down to maybe 5% of its maximum health. Greasy Dream also taking Banshee fire to sink it to the bottom of the water. 2-1 on this map. Wow.
Just as they were doing so well, I think they just got a bit ambivalent. They just couldn't decide what to do, who to focus on, and that cost them bad.
Some heavy disables there by the Fancy. Those good Artemis shots, disabling weapons of the blue team Mobula.
The killing feature was down. I think they should have just tried to ram him, get the finish on them. Then at least it would have been 1 for 1.
Well, there was some very good Gatling fire hitting onto that Greasy Dream. I believe they backed out on the principle of not ramming with the hull down just to try and keep their own selves alive, so they stayed alive trying to engage the Fancy, but they definitely had the chance there. Getting that 1 kill would have made it so the Fancy sits alone for 20 seconds, giving them the perfect time to bring this meet to a 4-0 lead for Blue.
That's true, but anyway, it was not to be. Fancy and killing feature, careful there, sneaking through this pass. Greasy Dream. Oh, Greasy Dream's been spotted, as has the killing feature. Red team are in a slightly awkward position, but blue team aren't really in a position to take advantage.
Not just yet. Anyway, Fancy and Killing Feature electing to take the southern route around the Rocky Spire here as they cut through the canyon. Business Beulah and Greasy Dream perhaps be exposed here. Their sterns exposed on a flanking route by the Killing Feature and Fancy.
Killing feature, peeking his head around.
If we sneaking up right now, Greasy Dream has not spotted. They now have spotted the Killing Feature. Spots go out. Squid's about to square off as the Fancy prepares
Look
to
at
fire as well.
Business Beulah's positioning here. He sort of almost put his back to the wall there, making sure he can't get snuck up on or outflanked. Business Beulah firing down on the killing feature. I don't think the killing feature is going to engage this. I think the killing feature
backing down now as Artemis try and pick off that killing feature's engine column as Fancy begins to round the corner to go up against the Business Beulah and the Greasy Dream.
I think killing feature's going for a bait here, and it looks like it's been successful. Now Business Beulah's got in the arcs of the Fancy. Killing feature springing the trap. Coming in, Business Beulah's been in big trouble here. Getting focus fire by the Fancy and the Business Beulah. Greasy Dreams trying to come around, but that flank's going to take a long time. Killing feature coming in, armor stripped.
Picking up pieces the Business Beulah's armor. Business Beulah already down to maybe 10% of its health as Fancy closes in for a Mobula ram here. Killing feature no less laying out Banshee fire. Fancy finishing off, however, with a ram. Greasy Dream in no position to help.
The Mobula got baited. It's as simple as that. The Greasy Dream, thought he could get away with a clever flank, but no. I think the Ryders knew exactly how that was going to go.
They didn't see the squid. They knew it was going for a quick flank. However, quickly pressing the attack on the Business Beulah made this a 2v1 situation. The Greasy Dream backing off as to not engage in an unfavorable situation despite an almost favorable flanking route.
And now this has got to be a big knock on the Predator's confidence. Once again, the equilibrium is restored to the universe. Once again, the Ryders are in the lead. Killing feature, however, has lost half its power hull. I mean, that could be a factor in this next engagement.
This engagement could possibly settle what could be this match and possibly one of the closer chances to beating the Ryders in this game we have seen. Greasy Dream and Business Beulah heading to the north, taking the west side of the map and heading north still as Killing Feature extends on a scouting mission to try and find these two ships. Greasy Dream and Killing Feature both spotted.
Killing Feature coming in low. Greasy Dream. Business Beulah hasn't... Oh. Business Beulah almost lurking here. Business Beulah coming in now. Coming in on the killing feature. I think maybe Business Beulah remembers its early domination of the killing feature. Maybe it's hoping it can recreate that.
Indeed, Greasy Dream also going in to try and perhaps silence the killing feature, or perhaps running right past to get to the Fancy as it tries to...
I don't know about this.
No.
I don't know about this, Greasy Dream.
I do not think this is going to go well for them as Fancy and Killing Feature turn both on the Greasy Dream. Artemis fire ripping up some of the engine column of the Greasy Dream. Business Beulah, however, trying to get with their teammate, pushing ahead onto the killing feature and Fancy.
However, now Fancy starting to fire those Hades at the Business Beulah. Business Beulah cannot take too much of that. All these Hades shots are on target. Fire spreading everywhere, taking out the guns. But Greasy Dream coming around the rear of the Fancy.
Armor break going down on the Business Buell as the killing feature rips into its side with some Banshee and Gatling fire. Greasy Dream getting up close to the Fancy, however, trying to dodge those arcs, but Carronade fire going out, breaking the Greasy Dream's advantage of a fast ascension and descension rate. However, killing feature as well getting bashed by the Business Buell.
Oh, Fancy. Oh, Fancy. It's got the rear of the Greasy Dream. Greasy Dream trying to go low, trying to go on the side. Oh, Greasy Dream, there's Carronades! The Carronades starting to take their toll on the Greasy Dream! Greasy Dream's balloon was down! Greasy Dream dangerously close to the ground! Oh, hang on, though!
Yep, that's right, that's
happening. And while that was happening, the Fancy went down! The Business Buell won the Mobular War! Won the Mobular Squid War, sorry. The Fancy, in the meantime, is carronading down the Greasy Dream. That's why they took those carronades. Look at that, destroying the maneuverability of the Greasy Dream and just grinding him down.
Fancy
and
coming in
really
for a bottom ram there. That was impressive. 4-3 in favor of the Ryders. A very close match still. This is anyone's game, though the Business Buell moving up to engage a solo Fancy, however, as the killing feature respawns on the other side of the map, though no small distance for that squid.
Did you catch the kill on the killing feature there?
Yeah, I was watching it.
I'm sorry, I just got so excited about another engagement. Tell me what happened there, Kirk. Not Kirk, obvious.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I know that's a horrible insult. Oh,
What
here
happened?
we go. Get that. The killing feature. Gatling on the Business Buell. Killing feature going for a quick kill on the Business Buell, and the Ryders win.
5-3 in favor of the Ryders. That squid coming in, taking the short route through the mountains, battering that Mobula, giving it no chance to recover, and a very quick kill to finish off the blue team in favor of Ryders.
Oh wow, that was sudden. We were just talking about something else there, and then suddenly the squid comes in. You know, the Gatling, the perfectly timed rockets, and the ram. It was just that quick.
Just so much combat going on at once, we couldn't even catch it all on stream.